Hey everyone, welcome to my channel today. Thank you so much for stopping by. This is my first share for September and it is for Scrap the Boys. Hello, baby. So is anyone else in the same boat as me, kind of going, September, did I blink or what? So I'm kind of, I'm a bit in a daze. I now have a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old and I'm a bit sad, but it's a bit awesome too. So, I am using a cut file from Cut To You by Gwen Ruck. When she asked me to be on the design team, I was lucky enough to be emailed some of the cut files, and this was the first one I cut. To be honest, I had no idea what I was going to do with the cut file when I cut it, but when I saw this prompt for this month, I was like, yes, I know what I'm doing. So the photos are from my oldest's newborn photo shoot, 8.5 years ago, pretty much. And I have printed them and put them in his album, but I have not done anything with them. They're just cut into, I think, 6x6 squares and popped into a page protector. So I printed these at 3x4. I rounded the corners because the cut file is soft, floral and pretty, and yeah. I'm starting on some white cardstock and I have this awesome text stencil, and I am using a brand new to me product. This is the Novu embellishment paste. You did see me use it at the beginning of October, but this one is, I think, called Powder Blue. It is absolutely gorgeous and I love what it does for my background. So I did mark on my background where my photos are going. You will see that that changes. And that's okay because you can't even see my marks by the time I'm finished. So I'm just adding this in a kind of messy way behind where I know my photos and my cut file are going to go. I just wanted some extra texture in the background. While that was wet, I added a little bit of that colour, that embellishment mousse to my craft mat, added some water, and I just mixed it up. This does need a bit more mixing than like paint. It is a thicker medium, and I'm just adding some water and sprinkling that around. So onto this cut file, I have got these absolutely stunningly gorgeous, beautiful metallic, what are they called? Metallic acrylic paints. They are a Finnabar product, Finnabar. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. And they are absolutely stunning. If you haven't seen them yet, get your hands on some. I'm using a combination here of a couple of greens, and I end up sticking with one blue. Give me 2 seconds and I'll grab my paper. So I know that the light limey kind of green is called lime peel. The other green that I'm using is mermaid teal. The blue that I use is Deep Waters, and then the gold that you'll see that I bring in at the end is called Gold Rush. But you can see I'm randomly just painting the colours onto this cut file, and I'm not being particularly careful. I am making sure that where I'm adding the second colour over the top, it is blending out a bit so that it doesn't look like one colour stops and the other starts. They kind of blend together. You do kind of have to work a bit quick with these paints because they are acrylic paints and a little bit goes a really long way. So by the time you finish painting your first lot on, it's almost dry. So just be aware of that. This cut file was really easy to paint up. It was lots of fun. I'd keep lifting it up because that paint dries so quickly. I didn't want to have my whole cut file stick to my desk and then tear when I pulled it up. You can see the longer I paint, the more, I want to say reckless, but I'm not really being reckless. The more casual I'm becoming with how I'm painting. I'm getting messier. That's okay. It's really hard to pick up in the video and in the still photos, but these paints have got the most stunning shimmer. They are absolutely, they're gorgeous. So I did do one colour at a time. I've done my greens and then I make sure that's dry and then I add my blues. I did experiment with a lot of different things because the blue that I've got is quite a dark blue and it matches the blue in that colour photo. But I did want some difference in colour, so I tried mixing the paint with white acrylic paint. I tried it with a couple of other things, and everything I mixed it with that was flat colour lost the shimmer. Then I went, what if I mix it with this Novu Mousse? Ooh, and I still keep the shimmer. I get the lighter blue. I just had to add a little bit of water to make it a bit more paint-like, but I love the colour. It is gorgeous. I'm so happy with it. And you'll see here that I'm just using a combination of the light blue, the dark blue, and then the blue straight out of the pot as well for a little bit. So pretty and shimmery. As you can see, I'm doing a lot of mixing. And again, I'm just going to whack the colour on there. I'm not doing anything special. I'm just using a paintbrush and putting the colour on there. You can see that I just grab a little bit from the lid just to add some different shades so that it's not all one flat colour. I saw the other day that Anna's Craft Cupboard, if you're in Australia or in WA in particular, Anna's Craft Cupboard has got some of these beautiful products in stock. I was like, ooh, more colours. So on that big flower, I did try to do a bit of an ombre. I've done lighter on the tips of the flowers and then gone in with the straight colour from the pot and just blending that as best I can. Like I said, it's acrylic paint and it's not particularly easy to blend, especially once it starts to dry. So have you discovered any new products recently? If you have, what are they? Do I need them? I probably do. So I'm going to clean up here. I hope I don't make you watch all of this. Oh, so my blue and my green kind of looked a bit messy, wasn't blended the way that I wanted on that big flower. So I'm just, again, using some more paint and blending it as best I can. There you go, one cut file. I decided that I was going to use just one photo in the end. And you can see because I've moved things around a bit, I'm adding just a bit more of this embellishment paste. The rest of that is all dry. I also added splatters of that dark blue paint. Adding some blue tissue paper behind my photo. Nothing is stuck to my background as yet. That is coming. I'm just going to trim around this photo. I kind of hack at it because I wanted it to be a bit softer, and those corners I kind of curl up a bit because I've got the round corners on the photo, I should say. And I kind of tuck it in and under and over the floral cluster. Gwen, I love this file. It is absolutely beautiful. So this is a bit of it didn't want to work for me, or I was being too particular. So I wanted to add my photo to the cut file and then stick it all down. As you can see, I'm having difficulty. The Scotch tacky glue doesn't like to stick quickly to the foam, so I'm trying this instead. Kind of tucking in between and around and under and trying to make sure I don't get it at a stupid angle, which I did. Pull it up, it's a better angle. I think that I'm good with that. I think. Yeah. So I've put glue all the way along the top edge of that flower bed, and you'll see as I go through here, I do not stick the whole cut file down. I add glue to the stems and then to like the middle chunkiest bits of the flowers, and I think to the bit closest to the stem on the leaves. I wanted to make sure it wasn't going anywhere, but I wanted the lift and dimension that I knew I would get if I didn't stick it all down. So yeah, I'm just adding glue where I want it to stick, and I've got this layout still out and it's curled up even more since I made it and photographed it. I really love the dimension that it's got, thinking that I might pop that on the wall or something rather than straight in the album. Yeah, I'm really happy with how this page came together. I know that watching me stick this file is not particularly interesting, but I thought in case anyone else was like, how am I going to stick this, I would share. So I'm going to work on my title. I use a combination of two different alphas here. I'm just pulling out the hello from these beautiful, the fabric chipboard. I do move the title around a couple of times, and then when I decide on my placement, I'm going to skip to the end because I have to go back over everything with wet glue as well to make sure it all stays. These tile alphas are from my Chamel box of crayons stash, and that's the title all stuck down. I have added wet glue behind all of the letters. I do decide that I want to bring in some more gold, so those blue alphas are the darker blue with gold foiling for the letters. I was just going to do the hello, the bottom half of the word, but I didn't like it, so I ended up painting the whole thing with that Gold Rush paint, and then I'm going to add some splatters just to bring a bit more gold to the whole page to tie everything together. Again, I'm just adding a tiny bit of water, a little bit of this paint goes a super long way, and sprinkling all over. You can see I've got some of that gold on the flower. I decided that I didn't like it, and because this is acrylic paint, I can go in with a wet baby wipe and just dab it up before it dries and it's gone. I knew I wanted to add something extra. I played with a couple of different things that I cut out, but I wanted to show you this real quick. This is how I store my flare badges. I ended up picking 3 of them. One's blue, one's gold, and one's like a wood grain. This one is gold foil, and I think it says I love you or something. The one to the top right is a love heart. So I'm going to give you a close-up real quick of that dimension and then show you these flares. So that one says P.S. I love you with a blue nested thread, a blue love heart with the thread as well, and I think that one down the bottom, the wood grain one, says sprinkle your magic. Sorry for the camera shaking. I keep knocking my tripod. Yeah, so I just showed you that paint as well. Here are the close-ups. I will leave links to everything below. Make sure you join us this month. Scrap those baby boy photos. Look at that little face. Oh, so cute. Now he is 8 and not so cute, but still love the kid, because you do. Anyway, have a fantastic scrappy day, and I will see you again in my next video. Hope to see you play along with us. Bye.